I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact focused on personal growth, my Knowledge Workbook series and Creative Healing course can help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about if you're in no contact, get ready. One of the things that can happen to you in no contact is you kind of lose your focus. You start to give up because you're so obsessed about your ex's current interest level that you don't really think about anything else, and that makes you feel more and more hopeless. I can tell you that after doing this for a very long time, there are going to be very long periods after your breakup where it looks like they're not coming back. That is normal, okay? So you have to act as if they are going to come back and you're going to get one more chance to stay in the right mindset. Now, not all exes are going to come back, and we're not really trying to get you to put your life on hold either. We want you to find that balance of learning, growing, becoming more secure, becoming more confident, which will teach you the skills to have a healthier relationship with your ex or with anybody else. Okay, and that's what I've been trying to advocate to you guys since I launched the channel. Go back and look at my videos from the very get-go. It's all about educating yourself, healing your attachment issues, becoming more confident, and that's going to either reattract them, or if it doesn't turn around for whatever reason, you're going to be able to take all the skills, all the things you've internalized and grown with into your next relationship or dating whoever it is that you want to date. Believe me, when you learn and you truly incorporate the stuff that we teach, you're going to be far beyond any of the people in the dating pool. So you got to stay motivated. Trust me, do not look at your ex's current interest level as an indicator if they're ever going to come back, because many exes come back after months. Like I said, I'm not trying to tell you to put your life on hold. You really want to focus on healing from the breakup, focusing on personal growth, getting to a great place, and then whatever happens will happen. But many times your ex does reach out. So I have got an email today with somebody who probably didn't listen. I put this one aside a while ago, and sometimes what happens, guys, is we get an email, I stick it to the side, and we just don't get to it for a bit. So I don't really remember what this one said, but I do know it had something to do with not doing the work and not being ready for their ex to come back. So they said, "Hello, Coach Craig. I have to start off by giving you an apology. I am embarrassed and humbling myself here, but it's only fair. I did a call with you in the fall of 2025, and first of all, I want to say I learned a lot with talking with you. You were so thoughtful and taking the time to answer all my questions and give me predictions and guesses the best that you could. We're used to it. We try and give you the best guesses, guesstimates based on your situation, what we think is most likely to happen, and what to do in those situations. Obviously, when we're doing a call with you guys, we know you guys are super anxious, and in many cases, we're right on the money. I did a call today with a guy, and hopefully he leaves a comment, that I predicted his breakup, his previous breakup from years ago, and he told me today I had everything right on the money, just the way he thought it was going to play out, and it did. So hopefully he leaves a comment today. He said, "You told me that my ex had some really sincere and honest reasons for ending our relationship. At the time, I was so hurt and so angry that I struggled to see the truth." That is so true. When we're hurting, we can really distort reality. And a lot of times people just get angry, and that's why there's so much toxic dating advice out there. Think about it. Listen to who is giving you this advice. Have they been to therapy? Have they worked on themselves? Or are they toxic and manipulative in the way that they're approaching things? Because you're looking to have a healthy, loving relationship. Ideally, right? That's what most of us want, is a strong connection with somebody that we have a true bond with. If you're looking to be casual and date, there's nothing wrong with that either, as long as you're upfront and honest with people and don't try to manipulate or use people. Because that stuff comes back to get you too. Believe me, I did a call recently with a guy who did that. And he felt like karma really got him, right? Because he was the kind of person that lied and cheated in many of his relationships. He didn't care. He didn't attach. And now he's really facing what he felt was karma for doing that to all these other people in his past. And he's like, I won't do that again. I'm going to focus on myself and I'm going to really work through this, because he doesn't want to continue living like that. And many of you are like that. I did a call with a guy today who said he felt very ashamed of what he did. And I could understand. It is embarrassing. He did a lot of extremely manipulative things. He was so fearful of losing her that he was extra controlling. In his particular situation, let's see, a few things that come to mind. She had told him that one of her crushes was Japanese, and so he didn't want to go to Japanese restaurants with her. That's how anxious this guy was. I'm not making that up. He was so controlling, and he didn't want her to work in a mall just because of the potential dating options that were out there if she worked there. So he became extremely controlling, and now he's realizing, oh boy, I really made a mess of my relationship, and she didn't want to break up with him. She warned him for a long time, but he didn't listen. Anxiety makes us selfish and controlling. Go look at my video, The Real Reason Relationships Fail. It's a very old video, but I love it. Go and look at that one. Check it out. You'll like it. So these are the things that we do, all right? These are just some of the examples I've seen recently with my coachings. All right. So, sorry for the sidetrack, but there's a lot of relevant stuff, what I was just talking about. He said, I had so much anxiety that I was unable to see her perspective, just like I said, and have any real empathy. And I really focused on that with him in the call about how he was being so selfish and self-absorbed because of his anxiety. And that's what the Creative Healing course, my workbooks, will help you work on. It's helping you educate yourself, heal attachment issues, especially the course. There's a lot of art therapy activities to help you work through this stuff so we are able to give in our relationships. The truth was, in our relationship, I was irritable, a little judgmental, and selfish. So for a long time, I would watch no contact videos, just like you say, and didn't work on myself. I was very angry at her. Because my ex was so cold and had blocked me and was no longer looking at my stories, I truly believed I would never hear from her again. This happens all the time. I did a call with a guy yesterday who I said, I think you're going to hear from your ex in a couple of weeks. And we just did a follow-up call. He's like, you were absolutely on the money. She reached out after 2 weeks about tickets, or not quite tickets. I guess it was ticket for parking in his apartment complex without the proper pass or whatever. And she got really expensive fines, and she reached out to him about that. But there could be more to that. I think it might be an indirect direct. We're going to have to see. He said, I thought you were wrong. I thought you didn't know what you were talking about. Well, I understand. It's easy to doubt when you're on that side of things, but you can see from the comments from people for over the years what they say about what happens in the comments alone, right? We have over 2,500 videos. That's a lot you can see. And unfortunately, my friends and family made things worse by convincing me that I was right and she was wrong. The truth is, my family is very toxic and manipulative. Both my parents have trauma history. My father is depressed, and my mother is always anxious, which is probably why he's so anxious, right? I did not do the work because I was certain I would never hear from her again, and it would be pointless. Well, It's never pointless to work on yourself. You're always going to have a relationship with yourself. That should be the most important relationship that you have, is with yourself, and how you treat yourself and how you care for yourself. I did not have the belief that the hard work would pay off like you constantly remind us to do. I truly felt the only success story there was getting back with my ex. I scoffed when you said otherwise. I get it. I see those comments sometimes. Those are the people that aren't ready, and you got to pay attention. There's a lot of hurt people in the comment section, okay? There's a lot of hurt people giving dating and relationship advice out there too. I'm here today to say that you were right and I was wrong, but not just about my ex. You saw things in me that I couldn't see within myself, and that my friends and family didn't see either. So for months, all I did was watch no contact videos, getting more angry that I would never hear from my ex, despite thinking I was a great partner. About a month ago, one of your no contact videos came up, and I was a bit distracted, so I let it play. It's like, I gotta stop this. It's not a no contact video. For some reason, I was finally ready to hear the messages and understood what you had been trying to tell me. I had so much anger and resentment towards my parents that I was blaming my ex for far more than I should have. And I realized I was an angry little jerk in our relationship. The jerk store called. That's a Seinfeld joke. So I started watching the videos that you kept talking about and recommended. The irony is that I had been telling myself that I was one of your hardest working students in no contact, despite only watching no contact videos, not getting into therapy, and not doing the work in your course. A lot of people do that. They think they are working so hard, but on my calls, I can see who's really been committed. You know, I just talk to them. You can hear a big difference. There's a big difference with the people that have this mindset of, I'm going to work as hard as I can, and this is going to pay off for me one way or another. Well, I wish I had listened and done the work, because now I'm scrambling. My ex did an indirect direct after New Year's. I was absolutely shocked and convinced that because I didn't hear from her on Christmas or New Year's Day, that I would never hear from her. Guys, be careful of the stories you tell yourself. You'll set yourself up for failure here. Now I am in full-fledged panic mode, trying to catch up and do all the work that I wish I had been doing for the last several months. Greg is absolutely right. Your ex can come back out of nowhere, and when they do, you want to be ready. So far, we have had a brief conversation over the phone, and guess what? She told me that she thinks about me all the time, misses me, still wears my clothes, and feels confused. I thought I had no chance of ever hearing from my ex again. She was so cold and showed zero interest for so long. And then one day comes back out of nowhere. Guys, don't make the same mistake I did. Do the smart thing and make personal growth your focus. I am now working hard on the knowledge every day, but because I'm so far behind, I'm spending almost a few hours every day just trying to make up, or to make sure that I have the best chance this second time around. I let my negativity and pessimism dictate how I handled the breakup, and it was the biggest mistake I ever made. Greg, I cannot thank you enough for your positivity and guidance. I know that not everybody exes will come back, but it is clear that even in situations that look absolutely hopeless, you do get another chance of things. I would never have believed it. From David. Well, your belief is going to impact everything that you do. If you believe you're going to get another chance, it's going to keep you motivated. If you believe that even if your ex's interest level looks low for a long time, they could still reach out, you're going to be more likely to believe that you can get them back and turn things around through the personal growth. I know it feels hopeless a lot of times. I cannot stress this to you enough. If you have the mindset of I'm either going to get them back or I'm going to blow people away in the dating world with all my changes, you're going to be committed to the growth. If you're listening to toxic, angry people out there that just divide us and make us more and more angry at the opposite sex, how are we going to have healthy connections? How are you going to have a healthy connection if you're listening to people that make the opposite sex sound awful? Nobody's perfect. Men aren't perfect. Women aren't perfect. We are all human, and we make mistakes, and sometimes we're selfish, and sometimes we're controlling, and sometimes we don't have empathy, or we don't give our partners what we need. Does it mean we're bad people? No. Especially if you have the right intentions and you are genuinely doing your best to be a good partner. That makes a big difference. If you're genuinely doing your best, as opposed to people that take people for granted, they don't care, and they only care about themselves, that separates us. And unfortunately, many of us don't have positive role models growing up, don't see parents that have healthy marriages. So the burden becomes on us to heal that stuff, to work through it, and to become a secure, confident adult so we can have a great relationship. And that is what I hope for each and every one of you, if that's what you want. Now, I want everybody to have an opportunity with their ex. Not everybody will have an opportunity, but it's going to be on you and how you handle things, on how well it goes when they return. Okay? So, hopefully this one's been helpful to you. If you want to get my help personally, you could do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Zoom calls. You can get my creative healing course or my knowledge workbooks there as well. That's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.